What's up guys, how you doing? Hope you had a great day. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name's Philip Scrobber. I'd really love it if it's gonna help me hit that 1,000. I think I'm like 110 away. So today we're talking about these two sliders, and there's gonna be no BS, we're gonna get straight into it. And I had a huge dilemma in buying one of these. So I ended up buying the Rov Pro Everyday by Rhino and the Edelkrone SliderOne version 2 Pro, which is actually this one. But I'm borrowing this one from my good friend and neighbor because it's pretty similarly priced to the Rhino right here. They come in at $400 and $500. For $480 you can get yourself the Rhino with the backpack, which is pretty nice and sweet. What comes in the box? Well, with the Edelkrone you just get the Edelkrone. Now that's all you really get. With the Rhino Rov Pro Everyday, you get this, you get a ball head, nice, you get a ND filter, so it's a variable ND, if I spin it around you'll see, for your smartphone. You get a charging cable, and you get a smartphone ball head. They're all really nice because when you attach them, they're all very flush. So if you attach it, put it, let's get it down, put it down, it's nice and flush. If you guys could see that, nice and flush. So it's a really small package, you would think. But when comparing it to the Edelkrone, that's a huge difference, you guys. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a massive difference. The Edelkrone actually fits inside the the Rhino. Now, when it comes to weight, we're talking about 600 grams, 1.1 kilo. So this one is about twice as heavy and it's almost half the size. Travel, they're both 20 centimeters or 8 inches. They both travel the same amount, believe it or not. So your camera from the middle to the end will travel as much here as it will on here. This does not have a built-in battery. You have to use the Canon, you all know the Canon LPE6 batteries. You stick it in and it's as simple as putting it in and that's it. It's on. It's actually turned on. You don't have a button or anything. The only thing you have on this is the place to put your battery and 2 holes for the time-lapse and controlling your camera. On that note, please remember when buying any one of these sliders to add the extra cable to your shopping basket, because it didn't remind me and I had to buy it separately. Now, they do very similar things in very different ways. The Edelkrone is a modular design, so you can buy yourself a head one from Edelkrone, which you literally just screw on the top here, like that. Not too hard because it's got moving parts inside, so just so it's snug. And with this, you can not only do left and right, but you can also, for example, if you have something in the middle, you can spin around it, so do like an almost parallax kind of like movement. Now, if you buy another head one and an adapter, you can put it on the side here, and you'll not only have pan, left and right, but you also have tilt. So that's absolutely fantastic that it's a modular design and you can keep on adding to it. The Rov is not a modular design. What you see here is what you can use with it, and that's it really. However, this is catered a lot to people who use smartphones. There is also a second version called the Rov Mobile, which comes with everything apart from the ball head here for your camera. Now, if you want to attach a ball head to this, you're going to have to use something like a Manfrotto ball head like this with a 3/8 in the bottom, which you literally just slide onto the top and screw in. You wouldn't be able to do it with here because, as you can see, you have a dip there. So this being flat, you wouldn't fit it in here unless you use some kind of adapter to screw it on. But this guy's pretty nice. He does a good job. You push it in right there, and when you push it in, the little thumb screw comes out for your camera. Apart from that, they both have excellent applications right here and here. Really simple. Just go through them really quickly. Both of them have time-lapse options. The Edelkrone has a stop motion option, which is really cool. And one thing which I really am not happy about with Rhino is that it doesn't have stops, so you cannot create poses. So for example, on the Edelkrone, if you want to go literally 2 centimeters, you can go just that 2 centimeters. You can do a speed ramp, so it goes nice and smoothly, slowly, faster, and slowly again at the end. So that's awesome that you can create, I think, 6 poses on the Edelkrone, and you can stop it anywhere, and that's fantastic. I don't know why Rhino has done this. They're almost the same price, but I don't know why Rhino has done it, and I really hope they give us a firmware update, although it's been around for a little while now, and they give us stops, you know, so we can create poses. Because the problem with this guy is he will just go left and right, and that's all he does, from one end to the other. He won't stop in the middle unless you press stop, and then it's an abrupt stop, so it looks terrible. So Rhino, if you're listening, you know, give us a firmware update, add some stops, some, you know, some way that we can put poses in here so we can stop it in a certain direction. Because on here, this is an excellent tool for filming slides of macro, for example, and all I need is 1 centimeter or 2. And it's funny because back at film school we had like tracks that were 4 meters long, and then when we got out of film school we didn't have money for tracks. We got like sliders that were 2 meters long, and they were hand sliders. And now we have sliders like this, which are this is 20, how much is it? 27 centimeters, and this guy is 43 centimeters. And most of the time I don't even use the whole length of this guy. And if you look at him, just look how beautifully, it's one piece of metal. Talking about build quality, you get this out of the box and you're like, whoa, that's nice. Same with the Edelkrone, it's like metal. They both have rubber feet at the bottom, so they're not going anywhere. And one great thing about the Rhino is that it has actual legs, which every single Rhino slider has. So if you have a problem and you're like somewhere on a rock or something and you want to get it a little bit more stable, you can do that very quickly and very easily with the addition of the legs right there that are on the front and on both sides, sorry. They both use a rubber belt to move the camera. Same with the Edelkrone, rubber belt. So that's nice and smooth. The Rhino is a little bit louder and faster than the Edelkrone. This has a max speed, I think, of 6 seconds on 8 inches, 20 centimeters. This does it in about 15, 16 seconds. So this is about twice as fast, or maybe a little bit more, but it's a lot louder. When this has got this muffled kind of sound, like you can hardly hear it, but this is just like it has a quarter 20 and a 3/8 at the bottom, and the same for the Edelkrone. It has a 3/8 at the bottom with a quarter 20 adapter. Now, this guy has a built-in battery. Sorry, I didn't mention that. So you've got the LP-E6 in here, so if you have like 10 of them, you're going forever. This guy has a built-in battery, so if you press it once, it will show you how much battery is left. If you hold and press, it will turn on and the little blue light will flash, and that means it's on. The battery inside lasts about 24 hours, so that's a huge amount. And if you have a power bank, you can power it off that, and so that's really cool. So both those options are brilliant. Now, the reason I had a problem buying either this one or that one is because they're such great, fantastic tools. Now, I chose the Edelkrone, I chose this big boy because of its carrying capacity. Using this guy, it carries 9 kilos. 9 kilos. This one carries 2.3. Now, I'm gonna just show you a little film of these guys going up and down. and as you can see, this one will carry the Sony a7 III with the 24 GM, which is a huge setup vertically. I mean, I was in shock when I actually tried that, because on the website there's absolutely nothing about the vertical carrying capacity of this slider. We know that the Edelkrone on the website states 2.3 kilo. So the same carrying capacity this one can carry horizontally, because horizontally this one can do 9 kilos. So that's a huge difference between them. And the Pro can actually do twice as much almost. So that's why I went for the Pro, just for using bigger cameras and not having to worry about it. So I hope this has helped you guys a little bit with choosing one of these, because I looked for YouTube, I couldn't find a video anywhere of even someone holding them next to each other. Just, you know, I mean, I just wanted to see the difference. I wanted to get someone to tell me how they felt about them. Like I said, both absolutely fantastic drones, and I know Rhino does incredible drones. Did I say drones? I'm drone mad. Sliders. I know Rhino does incredible sliders. They just came out recently with the Arc 2, which is a fantastic piece of equipment. And if I win the lottery, I'm going to be buying like one of those at least. So, you know, the only negative point I have with this guy is that it doesn't have stops that you can program, poses in the application, because the application is great, especially with the smartphone. You can even choose where focus is in the smartphone application. You can do a whole load of stuff, and it's awesome. So both of these are great, but at the moment, without the firmware update for stops, if I had to take one out into the field, it would be the Edelkrone. For that $100 more, it's what I'd go with. Yeah, so a little B-roll, just to show you exactly how they look like. Oh, sorry, I thought you were still watching the B-roll. Anyway, so that looked pretty cool. They both look really nice and smooth, even on the smartphone. You know, whoa, that looks nice, huh? So yeah, if you have any questions at all, post them in the comments below. If you want to ask me anything else, post them. Did someone just beep at me? And remember, it would be a really big help, and it does a lot. It really does if you subscribe and you give this film a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm going to catch you on the next one.